How can you lack so much compassion? What if your mom, your dad, was immediately just taken from you as a white person, as a black person, as anyone? How can you just accept that? This is not, fuck, bro. This is so unreal, and how can people just lack compassion? How? Why can't you just imagine yourself just waking up one day with your family not there anymore? So LA businesses are getting raided by ICE, or some people that are wearing stuff that says ICE on it with their faces all covered up. People are getting ran over. Shots are being literally fired, literally. And this is supposed to be life right now. We're not going to get treated like humans because they don't see us like humans. They lack compassion. How can you lack compassion? How? I understand that you're trying to get criminals out. Why are you going to workplaces where people are just trying to work? That doesn't make sense.
You guys put yourselves in a separate race from us. Hispanics, Latinos have always made it clear that they are not the blacks. Me no black, me no black, me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like, the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that Black American people have always fought, and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly that was not the case, because look at what followed with Jim Crow. The most lynchings happened in America after so-called slavery was abolished. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, we've always fought and we've always prevailed. You might not want to call us victors or winners, but we've always prevailed. I'll use that word. That's the operative word. And y'all all recognize that. I'm glad that y'all keep calling on us, because y'all know who we are. Deep down inside, y'all know that we put boots to the motherfucking ground. Where them fans at? Whoa, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Y'all know we get shit done. Y'all know we make noise. But what I don't like is that y'all are being so disingenuous and making it seem like we've always had this solidarity and this unity amongst us, when you all in your own communities have anti-blackness that you have yet to address in your own communities. The Afro-Latin community is underrepresented. They face discrimination, racism, colorism. And y'all take those same ideas and ideologies, and when y'all migrate here, y'all bring that with y'all. And y'all try to treat us like the same way y'all treat the black folk in y'all's countries, respectively. But instead of calling on us, why don't you call out the people that's actually doing these things to you? White people have helped us too to fight during the civil rights movement, more so than Latinos and Hispanics. Like, let's just keep it real. Why not call on them? Why not call on white people to be allies with you? This is very, very interesting. And I don't want anybody to get maimed or pop-out with a rubber bullet. I don't like the footage that I've seen of people getting ran over by cars. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm not sitting up here saying that doesn't... I have empathy. But I don't want to be out there getting shot. I don't know. Anyways.
Why are you calling the blacks now? Why are you blaming the blacks now? Why don't you blame or call out those people who are actually harassing you? These are the questions the black community is asking themselves, because they actually want against voting for this regime, but you did not listen. I think that most of the Latinos felt that they are so special. This is what we are going to talk in this episode. I have prepared for you the videos, and kudos to the content creators. If you are watching us for the first time, as always, don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive in, then I'll come back with my full commentary.
Where are the black people when we need them with your help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the Dobbins document.
Latinos for Trump. Remember the day after the election, I said this? If you're Hispanic and Trump goes through with these mass deportations and it's somebody in your family that's deported, I don't want to hear, ayúdame, ayúdame. You won't get a lo siento from me. Goodbye and good riddance. Now, as expected, I'm seeing all these remorse videos from Latinos talking about this is not what we voted for, which is confusing because that's exactly what you voted for. He ran on mass deportations. What did y'all think that meant? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the ones who did not support Trump and are out in the streets protesting these illegal detentions. I'm not talking about y'all. But for you Latinos for Trump people, cue the music.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
The Latinos for Trump, who are now starting to regret their vote, they are now experiencing a very painful lesson in good old-fashioned American history. It's a cautionary tale of you're not as white as you think you are. And I'll explain. When the Irish first started coming over in the 1800s, America told them, you are not one of us. You are not white. Remember, Irish need not apply. Then the 1900s, the Italians started to come over. Remember, they were not considered white. They were discriminated against. Fast forward to after World War II. Jewish immigrants started coming over. What did America tell them? You are not white. Need not apply. They were discriminated against as well. My issue is not that Latinos are conservative or vote conservative. A lot of minorities have conservative values, would like to vote conservative, vote conservative. It's not that. It's that you vote in a way that you think you're above everybody else. And this country will remind you, you will never be one of them. So my question for the Latinos for Trump, how is ICE supposed to differentiate between you and your brothers and sisters? Because last time I checked, they're targeting American citizens, naturalized citizens. They're getting sent to ICE detention centers because of their fucking stupidity and their recklessness. My issue with a lot of the Latinos for Trump is not that they're conservative or vote red. It's not the issue. The issue is that a lot of you guys think you're better than the rest of us, than everybody else. And I feel like picking on the Cubans, the Venezuelans. Y'all may be considered white, Querita, wherever. You may have blonde hair. You may bleach your hair blonde. You might have blue eyes. You might have fair skin. And in your respective countries, you may be considered white. You may be put on a pedestal. You may have certain privileges because of your proximity to whiteness. But let this be a fucking reminder that proximity to whiteness is not whiteness. And the scale's always going to tip back against you. So never get comfortable. You may be put on a pedestal in your own home countries, your respective countries, but out here, in this country, unfortunately, America's gonna remind you, you will never be considered white. You can put yourself down as white on all your government documents, and that's your right to do so, but you'll never be a part of the club, y'all. I could have told you that for free. You are still an other, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. Your last name is Hernandez, Garcia, Gomez, Fernandez. What else? Fill in the blank. Cologne. Or you just may have that look to you. Whatever. They're always going to be able to clock that you are not an Anglo-Saxon, my friend. And trust me, they will kiss your ass during election season. They will invite you up to speak. You will be treated as a token blank, token black, token Latino, token Asian. And they need your vote because we're running out of white people. But never forget who put you on that token pedestal. And whoever puts you on a pedestal can knock you right the fuck off of it. So when y'all are starting to get pulled over by ICE, which we're seeing now, we're seeing a lot of the regret, especially in Florida, where they're like, oh, I voted for Trump, my son got paid, why I got detained, Y'all are getting your nigga wake-up call. I call it a nigga wake-up call. It's a nigga wake-up call. It's American history. Know it. Take the time to learn it. Understand it. Recognize that history repeats itself. It's happening all over again. The gag is they're doing exactly what they said they were gonna do. I don't know why y'all are shocked. Y'all threw everybody else under the bus because you sit in the front seat of the bus of privilege. But forget that you're still on the damn bus with everybody. And they're not going to be able to tell the difference. I could look at any Hispanic at a grocery store anywhere. Unless you're wearing a MAGA hat, I won't be able to tell who voted for what. Same with ICE. But anyways.
Why are black people saying this is not our fight making you upset? I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
You're also aware that across the board, overwhelmingly black people voted in favor of the candidate that had black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart. Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to be white aligning and white adjacent. And now you're being reminded of the fact that you're not. We have to have the ability to hold multiple truths when we speak to each other as communities. The truth is that Latinos are not in a monolith. It's just an all-encompassing umbrella that they put you under. And that, yes, majority of the people that voted for Donald Trump and were doing that were Cuban and were other people in different parts of the country, and undocumented people in Mexico, in California are being impacted by that. That is true. But what's also true is that there is a history of black people fighting and being at the forefront of civil rights in this country since the inception of civil rights in this country. And it's always been pushback and non-solidarity from multiple communities who are voting and always going against black people. So this particular time when black women especially really came out in droves and really fought forward with our votes, and you guys didn't do it, your community didn't do it. It's like, why would I fight now? Why would I fight now? So I just need you, like, if you're gonna come online and make pleas and ploys to black people, because I've seen so many videos, start by acknowledging the fact that your community has colorism, anti-blackness, and voted against your own best self-interest. Start with that. Don't come in here and ask black people just to put our bodies at the forefront of the line, because we've been doing that for a century. Secondly, I think the majority of black people who are saying that they're sitting this one out are using their voice in other ways or having solidarity with you in other ways, but they're not going to protest. They're not going to go get hit by rubber bullets. They're not going to put themselves in harm's way or make that effort again, because you guys, it's time for you to fight for yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for you. Now, there's also a bunch of black people online who are asking black people to come out and fight for everyone, and everyone needs to fight, and this is our fight as well. While I do agree with a lot of those sentiments, because if they're doing it to brown citizens, they can do it to black citizens, and they can use the Congo and Haiti as an excuse to just racially profile all of us. That's very true. But you have to stop telling black people to put themselves on the line when black people are exhausted. Black people are exhausted. Black people have done so much for all communities in this country. At a certain point, there has to be a time where they need to rest. And right now, a bunch of people are resting, and that's fine. But there will always be people in our community who fight. Like, I'm using my voice every fucking day on this app. I've made an update about every single thing going on with ICE raids, locations, where they are, what's happening with Trump. I do it every day on my social page, and it's exhausting. Like, I'm actually exhausted. Today I put up like 10 posts. I'm exhausted, but I'm doing it because I know my voice has reach, and I know that people need to hear it. And that's my personal choice. I'm not doing it because I feel obligated. So stop trying to make people feel obligated to put themselves on the line again. I say that to say it's a lot of fucked up shit happening in this country. I know that people and families, I was in tears last night seeing people self-deport themselves and people getting rounded up, grandfathers and grandmothers and abuelitas getting taken away, who are the people who are the fabric of this city in LA. But I just know that it doesn't end here, and there are Black people on that list. There are Black countries on that list. There are Black countries on that list, and I'll say that to you again. There are Black countries on that list.
I'm actually very confused. I thought that Latinos for Trump voted for deportation, because Trump actually said that he will do the deportation. And right now, the Latinos are calling the Blacks, and I think that they are trying to gaslight the Black people to come and support them, while they actually voted knowing that Trump is advocating for deportation. And I'm so proud that nowadays the Black community have actually matured as a whole, and they know which mess to be engaged in, and right now they will not be engaging with this mess, because this mess was created after they had warned against this mess. I think it's high time that the Latino actually appreciate what Blacks have been doing all along, fighting for justice for all, rallying for political activism. And right now, I think that they will have to go on their own and learn fast, so that they can see the weight, so that in future, when the Blacks will actually warn and call for real unity of purpose, they will understand what Blacks are saying. And after that, I think that after they have learned their lesson, I think that now they can call for unity. And in that time, we will be speaking the same language. But right now, I don't think that it's appropriate to call for Black unity at the time of convenience. And while they had a choice in September to actually go and vote correctly, right now they are gaslighting the Black community, or they are calling for Black unity, the unity that will be achieved through protest, the unity that will force the Black community to be called the aggressive. And I think that the Blacks will not heed to this call. The Black will not accept to be used for convenience. And this is the best thing, though I still feel what the Latinos are going through, but I think that sometime we have to learn our lesson the hard way. Let me know what you think about this episode, and of course, if you have not subscribed, please do so. We will really appreciate. Until we meet next time, peace, love, and harmony.